Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this meeting of the Agricultural Labor Relations Board. Please note that we do have an interpreter for this meeting. Even if you can hear me now, please go to the bottom of your screen and select the language button. It's a little world icon, and select either English or Spanish. This will ensure that you can have good audio quality and hear and participate throughout the meeting. And I'll give a moment for the interpreter to relay that message.
Right, and I will do it in our main feed here. Buenos días y bienvenidos a nuestra junta. Por favor, para los que están escuchando por nuestro canal, si gustan escuchar en español, por favor, elijan su idioma de español. Hacia el abajo de la pantalla se encuentra un botón que dice idioma o inglés o español. Por favor, elija uno de los dos, aunque vaya a escuchar en inglés nada más, elija inglés, por favor. Gracias. Okay, we're set.
Thank you. I'll now call this meeting to order and we'll go through the roll. Board Member Broad?
Here.
Board Member Flores?
Present.
Thank you. Board Member Hall?
Present.
Thank you. Board Member Lightstone?
Present.
Wonderful. Also present for today's meeting are staff members, the Executive Secretary, Mr. Santiago Villagomez, who is providing technical support. We'll first begin with the open session portion of our meeting, then provide an opportunity for public comment on any portion of the meeting. Members who have reached out to the board prior to the meeting, either by email or phone, will be placed in the public comment queue and will be called upon in the order received. If you did not previously contact the board, you may still provide public comment, and you can do so in one of several ways. You can request to make a comment in the Zoom chat feature, or raise your hand, also a feature in Zoom, or you can email Santiago to be placed in the queue. Please note that we ask that you use the chat feature only to indicate that you wish to make a comment. Please do not provide any substantive comments into the chat, as that will not be made a part of the record of today's proceeding. We also ask that you provide your name and organization if applicable, and that information will become part of the official record for today's proceedings. If you wish to speak more than once, you may do so and just alert staff, and you will have your name placed back in the queue. If you are having technical issues, please let us know via email, and we will do our best in order to address that and make sure that we can hear your comment. We do have limited capabilities for managing the public comment during the meeting and during the public comment period. So we're asking everyone who is not speaking to please mute your device and only unmute when you are called upon to speak or wish to make a comment. You can also see these instructions on our agenda, which is posted on the homepage at alrb.ca.gov. All right, on to our next item. We will not have a vote to approve the minutes. They are still pending from last week's meeting, so we will get that next time. Our next agenda item is the chair's report. I have several items to report. First, I want to extend a warm congratulations to our colleague, Board Member Lightstone, who was approved. His reappointment was approved by the California State Senate yesterday. Thrilled to have you join us for another term, and very appreciative of the legislature's work and also the staff in the governor's office for facilitating that appointment. We're very excited to have you on our team. Do any of my other colleagues wish to make a comment on that briefly?
Sure. Congratulations. I'm excited. It's been a real joy serving with you over the last couple of years, and I'm looking forward to serving you in the years to come. Congratulations again. Well deserved.
Thank you. I would just like to add, I think I am very honored to be here, and it's a really great, one of the great things about the ALRB is it's a really, from top to bottom, the staff and board members, it's a great group to work with. Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay. As mentioned, last week we had the pleasure of being in Salinas for a multi-day visit and board meeting and an office reception. And I just want to extend my gratitude again to our Salinas regional staff, and as well as our staff here in Sacramento, who helped prepare and set up and facilitate that meeting. It was a wonderful trip. We learned a lot. Always a reminder that we should try and spend more time out in the regions when we can. And it's really wonderful to get to see our staff and get to thank them in person for all the great work that they do. So thank you. And we hope to have another visit soon. And also are looking to plan some other visits with our other regional offices as well at the appropriate times. Next, I do want to highlight, since we will not have another meeting before then, that next Friday, August 26th, is the first annual California Farm Worker Day. This was designated by legislation signed by Governor Newsom, presented by Senator Hueso last year, that starting this year and every year on August 26th, it will be designated as California Farm Worker Day. So wanted to share that. And that will also serve as an informal kickoff to Labor Rights Week, which is a week-long event leading up to our Labor Day with the Mexican consulate. And there will be events across the state, not just focusing on farm workers and other workers, but across industries. So please keep your eyes peeled for more information for that. Additionally, wanted to advise that as we can all tell, this is a high heat week here in California. We are sharing information that Cal OSHA is posting about how to work in high heat. There's information for both employers and for workers so that they can stay safe during these extreme hot periods. And I encourage you to look on our Facebook page or look on the Cal OSHA's website for more information on that. Okay, and that concludes the chair's report. Next, we will go to the executive officer's report on elections, unfair labor practice, complaints, and hearings with our executive officer, Santiago. Santiago?
Good morning, Chair Hasid, members of the board. Since our last meeting, I wanted to catch you up on an election activity and notice of intent to organize that was filed on August 5th and that I missed mentioning at our last board meeting. That notice of intent to organize was filed by Teamsters Local 1932 at 818 Brands, and the case number is 2022-NO001 VIS and involves cannabis. Going on to hearings, there is currently a hearing compliance hearing that commenced on Monday, August 15th, and involves Gerwin Farming, Inc. That's the board's decision that issued January 22nd, 2018 and 44 ALRB number 1, and that case number is 2012-CE041 VIS, which is the lead charge. Going on to ALJ decisions, again, playing a little bit of catch up here. This one issued on July 14th, 2022. It also involved a cannabis employer, and that was Lily's Green Garden, Inc. And the case number is 2020-CE025 SAL and 2020-CE037 SAL. Finally, pending matters involve Lily's Green Garden. There's a motion for clarification that was filed on July 29th and relates back to the ALJ decision. Additionally, Tri-Fanuki Farms, 2013 CE008 VIS and 2013 CE014 VIS involving 40 ALRB number 4, and there's an application for special permission to appeal the ALJ order denying application for depositions, and that was filed on July 26th. And finally, Synagro Farms, the board's decision in 48 ALRB number 2, which issued on July 28th, is still within the period for appeal to a district court of appeal. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Santiago. No questions. All right, on to our next agenda item, which is agenda item number 5, the litigation report with Chief Board Counsel Todd Ratchin. Todd?
Hi, good morning. There are no litigation updates since the last public meeting.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is item number 6, the General Counsel's report. I know it was unclear if the General Counsel is going to have a report this morning. Does anyone from the General Counsel's office have a report?
Good morning. I don't have a report, and I believe the general counsel is assisting our team that's in hearing this morning.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So thank you for that. Okay. I know we do not have an administrative services report this week. So that brings us next to item number 8, which is the report on legislation, again, with our Chief Board Counsel, Todd Ratchin. Todd?
Hello again. So there is a report available on the website that I've submitted to the board. AB 2183 has been ordered to a third hearing or a third reading in the Senate, and that is it for the legislative update.
Thank you. Okay, and we do not have a regulations report today. We'll next move on to agenda item number 10, which is public comment. So please be advised that the board is unable to adjudicate, comment, or resolve any pending matter, case matter before the board. I will ask our executive officer, Santiago, to first go through the queue and then open it up to others who may not be in the queue. Again, if you're having technical difficulties or miss your turn, we'll work to come back to you. Please remember to be on mute unless you are speaking. And if you require translation or interpretation, excuse me, please advise us. Santiago, do we have any members of the public wishing to make any comments?
At this time, I've not received a request for public comment. I invite everyone in the Zoom room to indicate whether you would like to make public comment either by sending a chat, raising your hand, or unmuting yourself. Okay, doesn't look like anyone wants to provide public comment at this time. Thank you.
Okay, all right. We will now gavel in to closed session. And we will come, when we come back, we will discuss or share announcements. All right. See everyone in a little bit. I'll see the board in closed session.
I will be admitting our interpreter as well as our regional director, Jessica Arciniega, and a telephone number I do not recognize, as well as the other board members now. Everyone has been admitted, Chair. I believe your line is still muted.
Muted?
Excellent.
Okay. Do I need to repeat anything or was that heard?
You'll need to repeat. Apologies.
Okay. We are now out of closed session and back into open session. Our last agenda item is announcements. Our next meeting is Wednesday, August 31st at 10 a.m. We'll be having, again, allowing virtual participation, but also meeting here in Sacramento in a new physical space in the Health and Human Services hearing room, a few blocks from here at 15th and L, I believe. The exact address will be on the meeting agenda, which will go up this Friday. So thank you, everyone, and we will see you next time. This meeting is adjourned.